Hey guys, welcome back to Ox Tools. I'm Tom. So this is another Meatloaf, Monday Night Meatloaf. This is number 85. Got a few things here. Right in front of us here we got some flea market finds from actually from today. It's Sunday. I've got a book to show you. I've got a couple of viewer appreciation things that showed up, and we'll have a little announcement about the Keith Fenner Toolbox Giveaway, a project that we're going to start here, and we'll be looking for some volunteers. There'll be a more official announcement about it later in the week, so we'll talk about that for just a second. So let me bring you in closer. We'll look at these flea market finds and look at some of this other stuff, and let's get going. Alright, so we might as well do these flea market finds first here. Let's look at this one first. This is a nice little heat gun, and let's see, what was the name on it? I forgot. Master Appliance. You know, a lot of you have probably seen these red heat guns around, but this is an older one here. It's got a wood handle, and it has a much better base on it than the normal ones do. Or the newer ones, I should say. The newer ones have this really flimsy bracket, although that bracket allows you to tilt this at some different angles, but this is a nice stable bracket. Look at the cord on that thing. It looks like a stock cord. It's 14.3 conductor, which is pretty good sized. Anyway, this was $5. It was missing a couple screws. I added a couple screws in here, and this bracket was a little tweaked, so I straightened that out, but it works fine. It has cold air blow, or just blow, and then hot. And I think it says 300 degrees minimum, 300F that is for our metric folks. And then here's how you vary the temperature here by operating this vent here. So anyway, $5 for that. That's a pretty sweet deal. So now I just bought a heat gun recently, but Mrs. Ox kind of glommed onto it, so this was a kind of a natural addition there. So this was in a pile of tools, and I spotted this this kind of spiral action on here, and what this is somebody was using this for a punch, a big punch, but what it is a piece of bearing bronze. So this is raw material that could be made into, you know, bushings or whatever my little heart desires. And Adam will recognize this. So this stuff is hot extruded. So it turns and comes out of an extruder like this, and it's kind of called, it's continuous casting is what it is. But that's a nice chunk of bronze. I don't know what alloy it is. Once I turn a little bit of it, I should be able to ID it by how the chips form. So get a big old piece of tape around one end. So anyway, it's not bent. It looks pretty good. So that's just raw material. $3 for that, which is you know, that weighs more than a pound, so that's better than a lot better than new price. So okay, so there's that. Here's another $3 item. This is a metric thread file. So I have any fasteners handy here. Oh, actually I kind of do. This isn't metric, but the idea is that this has a 60-degree thread V on it, and it indexes with the threads, and you can straighten out damaged threads and burrs on the threads. And this one has actually, this is an inch. So this is inch, not metric. Why did I think it was metric? I don't know. Anyway, so that one should actually fit that. Yes, and it does. Okay. So, and then these, the way they're sized is they're actually sized so, you know, they don't make the fastener pitch diameter any smaller. It just takes the burrs out. So even if you keep filing it, it quits cutting when the thread is correct. So yeah, it's inch. I don't know. I just had it in my head that it was metric for some reason. Okay, well, doesn't really matter. Next one is, let's look at these. We've been talking about pliers, and these are Knipex, and they're very prominently marked West Germany, and then even in the handle here, let's see, where is it? Yeah, right here. In the handle, it's marked West Germany, and this has this kind of chevron pattern in the handle. Now these are kind of an odd configuration. One jaw's flat and the other's curved. Actually, they're pretty nice. They got fine serrations in them, and no cutter. But hey, you know, for $1. Actually, my wife got these for $1, and she said, "Oh, I got you something," and I, thanks, honey. So little Knipex pliers, those are cool. And then this little guy here, this is double box wrench, and it's a 6-point, if you didn't notice, and it's an oddball size, 11/16, and the only thing I've ever seen with 11/16 on it is some pipe fittings have that on it. So, but this also fits the drawbar on the Autometric. So I wanted to have a wrench that just stayed with that machine, and this is the one that's going to stay with it. That's going to be for the drawbar. Now it's not a good tapping wrench, you know, to knock the collet out, but that's not a big deal. So, but anyway, I got a wrench for that. Anyway, that's what I got. I didn't spend much, as you see, and it was kind of a light flea market, but a pretty good one. All right. Hey, let's look at some other stuff. All right. So this next one here, our buddy Adam, A-Bomb 79, out in Florida. He had some signs made, and he sent me one, and with this cool sign here with a picture of him, this big wrench, and so we'll find a place in the shop to hang that up. That's pretty cool. It looks like it's on foam core, and but it's a real nice sign. It's I don't know, it's 3mm thick or something like that, and it's not metal, but it's very nicely printed. So Adam, thanks, man. That's cool, and we'll try to get that in the background somewhere, and so you guys can see it every once in a while in the videos. So thank you, my friend. That's awesome. And I got a little care package coming your way, buddy. So keep your eyes peeled on the mail. Thank you. Okay, so here's the next one. Now I've locked the exposure just so you guys know, because when I open this up, it's white pages, so the camera's gonna adjust. So I went ahead and locked it already. Anyway, this is a book I got from Abbey Books, or Abbey Books, however you pronounce it. Believe it or not, this book was $1.95 plus $3 for shipping, or $2 for shipping, or something like that. See, Handbook of Dimensional Measurement by what is this, Francis Farrago. Anyway, it's got a bunch of different stuff in it, different measuring techniques for pretty much anything you can think of in here. So it goes into detail on indicators and gauging and fixturing and stuff like that. So it's kind of an interesting book. It's more about measurement theory and you know, and showing some of the tools. Now, what's really interesting is, and we've been talking about levels, is they have a big section on levels in here, and here's a section on levels, and lo and behold, look what we have here. We have my level. Now this one, it's a different brand. Mine's a Hewitt, made in France. This one says Metratech, and I can just barely read the company. I think it says Canton, Maryland on it, and I tried looking them up on the web, but Metratech, geez, man, that gets a bucket load of hits. And so anyway, there's block levels, frame levels, and then these coincidence levels here, and there's our little bubble, our bubble thing. And actually, it's interesting that somebody mentioned in the comments, hey, what do you do when the temperature changes with this thing? Well, with normal levels, that's a bit of a problem because the bubble changes length, right? But with the coincidence level, it's compensated because you're comparing half of the bubble, the opposite end of the half of the bubble at a time, and you're looking at the ends, right? So it doesn't really matter how long the bubble is. You get this very, very accurate discrimination of the end of the bubble, regardless of any length changes of the bubble due to temperature changes, right? So it's pretty cool. So that was a really good question somebody asked, and so there's the answer, or a part of an answer. Anyway, keeps going. Oh, and this is another type of a level. I don't have one of these yet. It's called a clinometer, and this is a Hilger watts here. And this thing actually can read about 0.2 of a second of arc, which is pretty phenomenal. I've never played around with one of these. I've seen them on eBay and whatnot, but and I don't know, maybe I'll get one, or maybe I won't, I don't know. So might be fun to play with. But anyway, kind of interesting book. If you want to add to your collection, this is probably a pretty good one to add to your collection. All right, so here's the next one. So these things just keep following me home here. Actually, this was sent in by a viewer. This is a viewer appreciation gift, and they felt sorry for me, so they to fill in my growing collection of these Kraeuter pliers. And then you know, there's another item. A viewer pointed out that I was pronouncing. I said Kraeuter, and apparently the German pronunciation is like Kraeuter. Okay, and there you can see it there. It's Kraeuter. Now these are 6.5s. I was missing some 6s. So now I don't know if they hopped over 6 or if they went from 5 to 6.5 to 7, 8, 9, whatever. So the guy that sent this in, this is from my longstanding friend Rollo Tomasi, who prefers to maintain his anonymity. Anyway, Rollo, thank you very much. That's a cool gift. He got it with a lot of things that he got somewhere, I don't know. But now my set is more complete. I'm sure it's not complete, but it's getting there. And then there's our cool looking Art Deco handles there. So Kraeuter 6.5 lineman pliers, pretty cool. Thank you. Okay, so this next one here, I stopped by Tap Plastics, and I picked up this this casting resin here, and this is this clear light casting resin, so it's perfectly clear, and you can use this stuff for making paperweights or things where there's some object embedded in it that you want to be able to see that object, and that's the situation that I have, and so this is this is for a project that we started a while ago, and this is this cross-peen hammer restoration, and this was a piece of the puzzle that I needed for that particular project to finish it up. Now, yeah, they said this is enough catalyst for this whole thing here, so I think it's 10 or 15 drops per ounce or something like that. I have to read the thing here, but so anyway, we're going to pick up on that. That'll be cool, and I think you guys will get a kick out of that. What we're going to do with this resin here, and the bubbles come out of this really easily, and if you pour it carefully, you don't get any bubbles in it. So without degassing it. So we're going to pick up on that project, and then what else do I got here? I think I got one more thing to show you guys, and then we'll get going. All right, so the other thing, I got a big box via UPS, and this showed up. So this is my new motor, 3/4 horsepower Resin motor, and Tico variable frequency drive here, and this is going to go on the Johnson saw, and there's the old motor base. Holes line up, that's all cool. I may or may not use the step pulleys, don't know, haven't decided yet. Maybe I will, just because then I don't have to buy them. But I need an enclosure to mount this, and there'll be a circuit breaker and probably a relay and some other stuff in there for the switch that shuts this off. So that's coming up too. So this arrived, looks good. So if you haven't checked it out, check out Surplus Center. And they have motors and drives and all kinds of components for pretty good prices. And I've used them for years for stuff like this. I'll just put this away here. For stuff like this, and you know, kind of recycle some of this industrial excess that's around. So kind of a noble company there. Or anyway, noble idea at least. So okay, so that's coming up, and you'll see that soon. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about was Keith Fenner's Toolbox Giveaway. So he asked for some of the YouTube creators to come up with a project and actually get a group build going with these projects, and then actually assemble these things and then send them in to be part of the this year's Toolbox Giveaway. I think it's What's in Your Box Toolbox Giveaway, something like that. So for details on, and you know what, I'm not 100% clear on the details myself, but all I know is that I said yes, I would be happy to make something and send it in for this toolbox. I completely support this idea and this effort of supporting young people getting into the trades and giving them a good kickstart by giving them some tools and giving them a shove in the right direction. So I'm all for it. So I said, of course, I will contribute to that, either design or work or something along those lines. So I have a project. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. So I'll announce it later in the week, and I'll show you what the project is. And so this is more like a heads up. This is coming up, and I'll be looking for some volunteers. I have this all designed in SolidWorks, and my intent is that I would put the plans and details up on my blog site. And for those of you guys that don't know that I have a blog, I'll put a little link up on the screen here. You can go check it out. There's some cool stuff over there. I'm not real active on there anymore, but it's a real good place to share printed information too, so you can actually download the plans and you know, PDFs or whatever they are, and or images, and print them out and work from them if you want to build your own. Okay, so I just give the plans out to the universe out there, and the idea is that I'll probably build this project myself with the help of some volunteers, and we'll assemble it here, and then ultimately this will go to Keith Fenner, and it'll go in his toolbox for this year's giveaway. So I think he usually gives it away around Christmas time. That's his usual deal. So we got a little bit of time left, and we'll get going on it. So Brad Jacobs, another YouTuber, is kind of got a little spreadsheet going, and he's organizing some of this and helping out for people that want to volunteer. So there'll be more about this next week. I got to work out some of the details with Brad, and how this is going to kind of go down, and who's going to help, and who's going to sign up to help, and what parts they're going to make, and that kind of stuff. So that's coming up. It's going to be fun, and actually it's going to be way fun for me anyway. So I like making this stuff, so it's a good way for us creators to give back to the young people coming up. So which is really important. It's part of our duty and part of our part of what we should do as journeymen is give back to the trade and the young folks coming up. So stay tuned for that. You guys are going to like it. Catch you later.